The Singapore guy is eating. The Singapore guy is talking about. The Singapore guy is at. The Singapore guy is playing. Hello, this is the Singapore guy here. Hello guys, this is the Singapore guy here. So it has been quite a long time since I update about my job as a security officer in this industrial park which is very near my house. Firstly, I shall continue from the last time I was talking about my job. That time I was recording in my workplace. I think it was around June. So since then, so much things has changed, so many of my colleagues, the security officers, senior security officers, SSO, many has come and left. Usually the most they work was a month. So that time when I was talking about my job, that was in June. So I was saying that I have a new supervisor, but he didn't work long. He only worked for, I think after I came back, I only saw him for like 2-3 weeks, and then he left, and my old supervisor came back again. The old supervisor, which I don't know if I mentioned about him before. He's how do I put it, a person who likes to scold over small issues. He's kind of hot-tempered. That is something that I'm hoping he can change, for the better, for himself and for the better of our work environment. He's quite a stubborn person. What he thinks is right, what he thinks is right, it is like impossible. It is like almost impossible to change his thinking. Even though what he thinks is wrong, you try to convince him, you try to persuade him, but he still thinks that what he does is correct. What he remembers is correct. So a lot of times he will scold us because he misunderstood something, but he don't know that he misunderstood that thing. So he's quite a difficult person to deal with, to work with, as a superior of me and my colleagues. But I shall admit that he's a person who is quite hardworking, from what I can see. He knows very well about his job. He's in favor of the management. Not say because he's trying to make them happy, using the bad word po lam pa like that. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of factor in it, but most of the time, why I can see that even the management also likes him is because he knows his job well and he's hardworking. Many days you can see him running up and down, because our place there have six blocks. Some days I see him run up and down so many blocks, and when he come back to the office, his face is like sweating all over. Some days he's working until he's feeling so tired, he gets headache, he gets fever, and he has to come every day. For so many months that I've been working there, I've never seen him take one day of off. because there's no replacement, maybe because no other supervisors want to work in that place.
The oil, the money, the spices.
Sorry, don't mind me because I'm just while I'm talking, I'm also watching a YouTube video. I don't just create videos, but I also like to watch and learn from other YouTubers. You know, what kind of content do people like. So coming back to the subject, yeah, so even though my supervisor might be quite strict with me and my colleagues, you know, my fellow security officers, I can say he does his job well. He does what the management wants him to do. So that's why he got, you know, a lot of pressure from the management, which is quite strict, by the way. The management of my workplace, I can say they are quite strict also. So that's why it you know, causes my supervisor to be strict towards the security officers. Speaking about my supervisor, which brings me to the position below him, which is the senior security officer, not which is different from senior security supervisor. That is a position higher than the supervisor, the triple S. Now what I'm talking about is the senior security officer, SSO, in my workplace. So during I'm working day shift, so during my shift there has to be one supervisor, one senior security officer, and 6 other security officers. So speaking about my senior security officer, which has changed so many times in the past few months that I've been working there. In the past few months that I've been working there, I've seen like around, you know, 5 to 6 SSOs come and go. Mainly the reason is because, like what I said, my supervisor is a difficult person to deal with. For us SOs, you know, we don't have to deal or don't have to see him throughout the whole day. But for the SSOs, it's a different story, because the SSO will be sitting inside the office. The office for security is known as the Fire Command Center, FCC. So the SSO will be sitting in the FCC for almost the whole day except lunch or break. So most of their day they will be seeing and dealing with my supervisor. Actually, it's not a very difficult job, but because of my supervisor's character, so, you know, it becomes much more difficult. Yeah, so that's why the few of my SSOs, they come and go. When I came back in early June, I was told from my operating manager of my security agency that my off days has changed to Tuesday and Thursday instead of the original Tuesday and Wednesday. So it was like 1 month plus ago that a new colleague came and he approached and asked me whether could I swap with him the off day. So I swapped with him my off on Thursday to Friday. So now my off every week is stated to be Tuesday and Friday. But many times I've seen that my off has especially my off on Friday, many times it was changed to, you know, Thursday or Wednesday. because of shortage of people, or because there's no SSO inside. Because when the SSO left, in between they would need like, you know, 2 weeks or even more to find a new SSO. So recently, in that in between period, my supervisor would ask me to cover as a interim SSO. Yeah, so instead of being outside, you know, patrolling or taking temperatures, or, you know, standing at the static positions the whole day, I would be stationed inside the office. You know, there would need to be at least one person inside the office. So sometimes when my supervisor needs to go outside for his patrolling, or, you know, for his whatever duties, there has to be one person outside. Recently, I am the one person outside. I mean, one person inside the FCC office. So when I'm inside, I have to see my supervisor more. I have to deal with him more. I have to be kind of more alert. You know, try not to, you know, make any stupid mistakes or make any accidental mistakes. Because if he spot me doing any mistakes, then, you know, he will, if, no, maybe it depends on his temper. If it is okay, then he would just, you know, nag a bit. If it is really, you know, boiling, then he would, you know, really shout at me, you know, or even to the point of insulting me. But in the end, he would, like, you know, apologize to me, and, you know, and say that don't take it too hard lah. But no, I guess working anywhere is like that, you know. Well, working with working in a place with many different colleagues. I would say all these politics don't just happen in the office. They also happen in, you know, in like security jobs, or even, you know, cleaner jobs. Yeah, even, you know, even basic jobs, they also have this kind of politicking between colleagues. So recently, because I have to fill in the gaps between my security agency finding the SSO, so I have to fill the gaps in between. I have to work as an interim SSO. Thinking about, you know, SSO duties, you know, mainly I just do access control. I change masks for the contractors and cleaners. I make sure that they have a valid permit from the management before I change their pass. And for now, this COVID period, I have to make sure that they scan the safe entry, which is pasted outside our FCC door, and also to take temperature of the contractors and cleaners, make sure their temperature is okay before I give them clearance, before I issue them the pass. Another duty is to monitor the CCTVs. There's like, you know, hundreds or thousands of them throughout my huge workplace. But of course, I don't have to view every of them. Mainly, I have to focus on important and busy areas, like, you know, the main entrance to the shopping building. Yeah, usually it's the main entrances to the shopping buildings, main entrance to the office buildings, the entry and exit of the car parks. And I think these few areas are the most important. So my duty is to make sure that the cars don't anyhow park on the pickup or drop off points. You know, have to make sure that they are not blocked, so that they don't block the cars behind. Not just cars. There are also motorbikes. A lot of delivery riders that like to park, near or even at the pickup point itself, which I do understand them. I do have compassion for them. They just want to quickly take the food and go to their customers' location to drop off. They don't want to waste any time. But these are rules by our management. Maybe different places have different rules. So for the rule in our workplace is the riders or the car drivers, they are not allowed to park near or inside the pickup drop off point for their own convenience. Maybe the most we can give them 2 to 5 minutes, not inside the pickup point itself, but on the road along the pickup point, outside the pickup drop off point. The one we can give them the most 2 to 5 minutes, but parking more than that is definitely no. So I also monitor for any weird behaviors and smokers. We do not allow people to smoke out, right outside of our building. They have to go to a few of the smoking points inside the compound. Of course, security, we have to monitor, whether a people is suspicious or a people has committed a crime in our compound, in our buildings. So monitoring CCTV is the most important duty of a SSO. And issuing keys, we don't really issue to the contractors, but I will ask my fellow security officer to come back to the FCC from his deployment. Then I will pass to my officer the key and I will ask him to go and open for the contractor, and after open, to make sure that he or she comes back to the FCC to return the key. So safeguarding the keys is also very important. So I have to take note that I pass the key to which officer, or if our technicians or management need to draw any key, make sure that they sign inside the key book, so that I know which key is being drawn out, and at the end of the day, I make sure that the keys are accounted for and not just any key missing like that. So nowadays I'm being placed inside the FCC. Just 3 days ago, a new SSO whom has only worked here for like 3 weeks. The SSO has left just 3 days ago. So it's not surprising, since before that a few other SSOs has come and go. The reason mainly is because of my supervisor's attitude towards them. The latest SSO has left, so the day after I have to be inside the FCC to cover. So it's not surprising, and I hope that I can work there for as long as possible, as long as I can tahan. Like what I mentioned, in a workplace where there are many people to work with, many colleagues and superiors, there tends to be politics and colleagues gossiping bad things about other colleagues with one another. Recently, I realized that there has been a bit more gossiping than before, that I am feeling a bit uncomfortable with. Even my supervisor and management has also realized that also, that our colleagues are gossiping about each other. Gossiping, I think, means talking bad about the other person. If you know my character, I'm not that kind of person, maybe I just like to make videos and then talk to you guys about my colleagues, but not the kind of people to talk directly to another person about his bad things, or I'm not the kind of person to gossip to another person about another colleague. Neither do I like other people or colleagues to gossip about me. For me, I just hope to work peacefully and not have any problem or quarrel with my colleagues. Alright, I guess that is all that I have to share with you guys about my security job. If you have watched until this point, you may have realized that this video is heavily edited. I have to trim away many boring seconds of me saying and all these things. If not, this video may have been much longer. I am not the kind of person that can think and talk fast on the spot. Maybe I need to write and talk from a script in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And this is the Singapore guy here. Bye bye.